Okay, so when I talk with them, I was really battling through a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings. And when I talked with him, I shared, I shared like somebody who's got a mouthful of marbles. I find I do a lot of run-on sentences. I think I would be a nightmare for an editor or an English major. I think I think many people have snickered behind my back many times, because oftentimes I'll start talking about one thing and then I think, oh my goodness, I'm missing out, or I haven't provided them with the proper context to this. So I'm just going to insert comma here and provide them with the context mid-sentence. And then afterwards, when I think about it, and especially when I read the dictations or transcribed the dictations, I was thinking, oh my word, do I really sound like this? Is this the way I speak? I'm not clear and concise as I have written on my resume. Anyways, it was awkward for me. That is not a strong point. I'm very sincere, I'm very transparent, but I find, and as you'll see when you read in the anonymously speaking, Drive T, Convo, gift edition, and then all the subsequent volumes in the series, you're going to find that my friend is actually, he is more, let's see, maybe I'd say concise with his words, and he's got a very good way of expressing himself and explaining the way he feels. So I found that was quite wonderful, and it's actually kind of neat to see and to witness on paper. So I talked with them, and I tried to make a long story short, but I made a short story long. And when I spoke with him, he basically said, like, he really agreed with that idea. He thought the premise was good. He thought it was unique, and he thought that it had a lot of good potential. And he stated that he's seen that I had like a clear idea, so a clear direction. And to hear those words actually really instills a lot of confidence. Because it's one thing to think about these things and to think, oh my goodness, I think this is a good idea. But then to hear somebody that you trust to say, and somebody that you trust will actually give you their honest opinion, to say, like, I believe that is a good, clear direction, and you have a good handle on the vision for this. It's very esteeming and inspiring. So he agreed to do this, and it was under the premise originally, and I don't know if the novel or the manuscript accurately depicts this, but that it would be like to kind of mitigate like the bystander effect, I would record randomly. It could be all the time, but it could be randomly. So I want to, and then I would have to do my best to try and act natural, which is very difficult to do. But it was more so for him as well, so he wouldn't know when the conversations would be recorded. And it just so happened that after that conversation, I thought to myself, well, there's no better time than the moment. And and I started it that very day in that truck ride. And that's where the landmines and eggshells and landmines and reruns, they were birthed that day, and they've been built upon ever since. And I'm quite pleased with what has been built off that, and all the subsequent drives.